Alright, I think I'm live. So, I'm going to get right into gameplay. Go to jobs, working on a single family house. Looks like we're starting off with materials delivery, which I believe I have already delivered. Alright, I guess it seems they need to be put in their spots. So the goal here is to essentially start placing some of these items. Single family house, as I said, I just started a fresh game. I have done one job so far. I've been doing a lot of testing with trying to get onto Twitch Live and have my audio work. I do have this video labeled as testing, as I still am kind of testing. I'm trying to confirm through the app on the phone that I'm even on a live. So if I am, and if anybody's watching, bear with me for a moment while I try and work with this. Well, it shows I'm live, so I guess I can't no more than argue with that. Presumably it'll pop up on my phone in due time. So we've got that place. I think I'm going to have to place everything else here with the crane. I'm going to try and do a whole bunch of gameplay here that's as realistic as I can make it. There's certain physics to this game that just isn't realistic, and there's only so much you can do about it. But I think for the most part, I'm going to try and use POV, inside cab view on everything I possibly can. And I can't suppose I'll promise to be a chatterbox the entire time. Sometimes you get to concentrating on a few of these things, especially when you're running the crane. Kind of looking for a beep here, yep. And that means I'm connected. So this job did just start. As you can see, I'm only at 2% of a single family house. This is the first step of it, is getting all my materials where they need to be, which can be challenging from this view. But basically, you're kind of looking for those blue highlighted areas. Some of them are going to be lighter blue. Lighter blue as you have the materials that need to be placed there, if that makes sense. So if this needed to be there, it would have been light blue, but it obviously doesn't, and I don't think it goes over here either. So I guess I'm going to take a minute, hop out of this crane, take a walk around the job site, and see if I can figure out where it might go. Guess there's presumably nothing going out back. I got pallets of brick, 2, pallet of wood, 1 out of 2, so I still have 1 more of those to place. This looks like it's going to be my pallet of vapor retarder. Gosh, that looks like a pallet of bricks to me, but it wasn't placing it. But regardless, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces to place, and I'm seeing 1, 2. I didn't even see this. 3, 4, and the one I put on bottom already. So I guess we'll run back downstairs. All this brick was already put in place prior to anything, I guess. As soon as I showed up on the job site, this was what I had. I haven't done anything to get to this point. It just appeared here. Alright, so we're back up in the crane, and I'm going to... I guess I'm going to try this over here. And I'm only assuming I have a pallet of bricks, you know? Maybe that wasn't even a pallet of bricks. Maybe I should start by going down and seeing what I have. Whoops, I guess I dropped that from a height. Alright, let's jump out and see. I can already see bricks. Not positive what this even was. Maybe some concrete forms there. Or is that insulation? Gosh, I don't know. My eyes aren't good enough to see the screen well enough, but it almost seems as though that's the pile of brick right there. So, we also have one more pallet of wood to place there as well. There you go. You can see when I hover over, and I'm now at a point where I can click on that pallet of wood. If you look just to the left on the top of the building, you can see the two placements for material, and I click on it. That one turns light blue. The other one stays dark blue. So we know that that's where this goes. Kind of hard to judge depth perception in this game, so you kind of got to overjudge, I guess. I'll slowly spin it around. I am playing on console, PS5. As much as I would love to be on a PC, this is where I'm at for now. Okay, so we've essentially got that green, which means it's close enough. I should still try to get as close as I can. But you could place it way out here if you wanted to, and it still pops in. It just doesn't really... It doesn't look as ideal. So, there's a pallet of wood place, and I'm going to see if I can grab onto a pallet of brick this time instead of whatever else that was I was grabbed onto. Waiting for that ding again. And not really getting it. Let's see if we can find our marker here. Markers on the box. And ding, here we go. Ooh, did that change color? Yep, it did. So that's where the brick's gonna go. Trying to swing it in as slow as I can. and not lay it on top of everything else. I think I have one person watching. One watching. Alright, so let's see if we can grab onto this other pile of brick. I gotta get closer. Alright, so we'll go over and see if we can view these. Click on this, and that switches to light blue. And I guess the last thing is going to be the vapor retarder, which is, of course, the one pallet of white rolled, vapor retarder. Can't really see here. It always works out that window lines right up to where you need to work. So we'll swing a little past, find our mark, come back and make a good guess. Bingo, we're in the green. And here's our final piece to the puzzle. Well, an 8% done puzzle. And like I said, most of the single family house was basically already placed when I got here to this job site. I didn't do much of anything to get it to this point. I'm just placing items. I guess now I'll be laying bricks. So we'll swing the crane out of the way. Bring the cable up so it's out of the way just in case we do anything down on the ground level. That's not in our way. So I guess we'll make our run back up these stairs and see about laying brick, which of course is just going to be this guy's magician work with his hands, and voila. We've laid brick. A ton of it in a matter of seconds. Lay bricks 0. I guess I got more to do. The last bit wasn't too hard, so let's see. Oh wow. That went even quicker than the last part. Clear the marked area of the excavator. So unfortunately, every time you progress through any of this, oh well, I guess I don't have to clear much, but usually you've got to take the equipment completely off the job site, which can be a little unfortunate because the only place you can really bring everything is out into the middle of the road. Kind of pinched in here. I think we can manage this. I don't know if we're going to squeeze that. I guess we'll just track it out onto the curb because essentially we're not going to ruin it anyway. Still do a little jump turn here to pretend we're saving the digital concrete. Now that that's out of the way, we have magically got some boards here, which I guess is roof ridge beam wood. I'm not sure what's going on there with the roof purlin beam wood. Not familiar with what exactly purlin is, but let's see if we can get them placed. We're going to try and pay attention here to, as we click on these, which one of the beams highlighted on top of the job is going to turn light blue. That seems on the left side of the house, so we'll shoot for swinging it up there and not into any telephone poles or telephone wires. Got to make sure we're high enough to clear the top of those gable ends of the house. They don't seem that high when you just look at the highlight there. Now that I'm swinging, it seems to be the actual peak. So we'll pull it closer to us as we swing left. And you can kind of watch your guide marker on the ground level of the building, as it's kind of hard to judge where halfway the building is. But if you look at the white marker, one's chasing it, which is the actual location of the beam, versus the other one is where you're hoping to go with it, I guess. So I'm seemingly halfway to the house, best I can judge. Can't really see any further to the left there. I don't think if I move my camera, no matter how I do this, I can't really see the left side of that beam. So we're going to just judge halfway and start dropping it in place, and it looks like we're close. Now I feel like I'm past it, and I never had a green mark. So we'll try and shoot a little forward, down. Maybe if it swings a little. Oh, there it is. So we're close enough. Hit X. And let's see if we can grab another one. Again, it seems the window trim is right where we need to work every time. You notice that the white circle, you get into the location of where you need to pick something up, turns green, which means you're right above it. So no need for guessing. Drop it right down. Wait for the beep. Beep. And we're on. I didn't pay attention too much, but I think these can go on either side of the house. But I did notice the furthest side lit up, so I'm going to just go with that one. These cranes can work amazingly fast. But it starts to look a little bit, well, like a video game more than realistic. I'm trying to shoot for keeping a majority of these videos as realistic as I can through the process. I'm going to try and do a live per episode, I guess, so I can label each one of them per job. As anyone goes back through, has any questions in the game, not that I'm a professional, I'm not paid by anybody, I spent way too much time in this game. So if anybody has any questions, I'm not trying to jump on live every time and do what we're doing. Alright, got the last beam. which has an obvious location. Oh, got a lot of swing going on. And we're going to try and get our white circle, reference circle on the ground, on the building, I guess. About center of the wall. And slowly drop this in. It looks like it's going to miss, but I bet it'll surprisingly lay in closer than you might imagine. It is rotating a little bit, so we'll have to rotate it back. I think I'm landing on the ladder. Staging, whatever we got going on down there. Well. This is where looks can be deceiving in the game, because I was going to say, as much as it looks like I'm right on it, I could get down there and find I'm 3 feet above it. So we're there now. Green. On-pack construction material. These are always labeled. You look on the job site, you can see the little blue circle. 9 meters gives you a location, a reference of how far you are away from it in your current location. So again, we're going to swing the crane out of the way, get the hook up high. It's not really all that important in this job. It's a small job. But as you get into the bigger jobs, you find that you jump back and forth into the excavator and into the crane, and you go to swing your excavator and you end up swinging it into the crane, and things can get annoying quick. So I guess we're heading all the way upstairs again, right? I think this is a shortcut. Here we go. Oh. What a shortcut. Maybe I can jump it. There we go. Nothing unrealistic about jumping over brick walls. And we'll do our magic wave over the wood pile. I guess we now have all of our roof trusses in place, and we're going to insulate it. I think they could use a little more animation in the in-between skits, but it is what it is. All right, so now we've got the attic to our single-family home. The wonderful view of downtown Europe somewhere, I think. All right, let's run back downstairs and... okay, the other pallet was pallet of roof tiles. I had guessed concrete forms, but they're roofing tiles. Otherwise known as shingles, I guess, in my area. Huh. That doesn't even seem to be placed at all. I have found before, if some of these items aren't placed in the green highlighted area, and you get out of the game, close PlayStation down, come back into the game, these items disappear. And I've never been able to locate where they go. I think if you go into your warehouse somewhere, you can pull material from all over the map back into your warehouse, and I guess I might have recovered it that way at one point, but for the most part, it's good to at least wrap up your game with them where they're supposed to be, but we're going to place them anyway here, so it doesn't matter. Green reference circle. Nice evening stroll in the boat. Alright, so how am I supposed to place. Okay, I guess I'm just setting them into brackets on the roof. I thought it was highlighting them that they were inside the building still. I suppose roofing tiles going on the roof would only make sense. Working into the night hours. The way this game is set up is 1 minute per hour. 1 minute real time is 1 hour of gameplay time. And I don't think there's any way of adjusting that. I've never found a way. So essentially you've got 12 minutes of daylight and 12 minutes of darkness. You can... The thing you can't is see the other pallet of brick. You can jump out of the machine and get into your little circle diagram of options for your guy and set yourself back to morning. Just got to watch out for if you're renting equipment. I don't know. I might have to jump out of POV to grab this. I'm going to just... Yeah, I'm already hitting the bottom. Let's jump out of POV for a quick moment. Exterior, how far? Oh, I was close. Anyway, if you're renting machines and you skip your nighttime, you end up losing all that work time and still paying for a rental. I guess let's jump back into POV. As I had mentioned, I'm going to try and stay in it as much as I can through all these videos. I think it makes it a little more interesting. There is a lot of videos of people doing some stuff on this game from the other views, which is all well and good, I guess. I just think this is... It makes it feel a little bit more realistic. Okay, so roofing tiles. I guess I gotta clear the job site now of everything, which usually means you're wrapping things up. This is a quick job. If you go back to your, I won't say in the options too long, I'm gonna try and keep this all entertaining and on the job site, but we're at debriefing. So this was top floor brickwork, whoops, and the gable construction. And like I said, when I started the job, most of the house is already there, so we will jump out of here, and I'll real quickly show you the... Again, I'm on console, so PlayStation 5, you hit square, bring up this diagram, coffee break, and take us right into morning, and we can skip the night. Just like that, it's bright daylight. And crane area kind of tells you right on there, obviously hold. Everything's going to be hold. You don't click anything in here, you got to hold triangle. And in order to dismantle the crane, we hold the X. And I was renting that, so probably shouldn't have skipped night, but it is what it is. You really make money in this game to buy equipment, and that's it. There's no other bills, so it's not really a way to waste money. You just gain money and buy more stuff. So clear the area of these last couple items. Oh, I guess I was going to real quickly just go into showing how to return your rental after dismantling the crane. You still have to go back in. I guess there's a few ways of doing it. Oh boy, how do I do it? It has been a minute since I've played this game. especially from the beginning in renting equipment, I have bought everything on the other account. So let's see if I go to rent. Is there going to be... Well, I'm not going to waste time on a live to try and figure that out. This job is basically done, and then I'm going to end this live, and I can figure that out on my own time. So POV again, let's get this thing off the job site. Oh my goodness. Rough curb. And speak with the foreman at 66% done. Seems speaking with the foreman is going to probably bring us to 100%. All right, so that is a single family house on Construction Simulator. Not really in depth at all. I suppose as you get into it, campaigns have a lot more in-depth stuff versus that was a contract. You can redo these contracts over and over again. I'll probably work through all of them at least once, but then again, if they come back up again and you click it, it just deletes what you already did, and you start all over on the same exact project, the same exact location. It's not like it puts you in a new spot on the map for a different job. You're building the same single-family house, same playground, on the same exact lot, in the same exact spot on the map, as far as I can tell. I could be wrong, but as far as I can tell playing it, that's the way it's always gone. So I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap up this live and call it Single Family House, and we'll start another live with the next job, possibly tonight.